07 citizens, Black here from Casa Black Gaming. Now, I hope you're having a good weekend despite the 3018 issues we've all been plagued with. Today I wanted to offer up a loadout for the all-new RSI Scorpius Antares. This is a brand new ship variant of the base model Scorpius with some major differences. Now, as far as a loadout though, most things will remain the same with a couple of noticeable differences. And since it's been a while since I did the Scorpius loadout and much of my knowledge and video layouts have changed since then, I'm putting this one out. I will soon cover my thoughts on the ship with a proper honest ship review in the next few days or so, or maybe even a week or so, depending on when 318 becomes more stable, and of course after I have become more familiar with the ship. Now, before I get into some builds, if you'd like to help a channel grow, then please do all of the things such as liking, subscribing, and telling those in need where to find me. I'm also available on my Discord channel to help answer questions directly or to discuss your thoughts on this and any other ship out there, so feel free to drop on in. And so with the intro out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the loadout. Now, I like to start these loadouts with the ship components first, as they're usually the starting point for anyone who might have just recently picked this ship up and need to know how to get the ship going with the best components for getting around the verse and staying safe. So for the first component, let's talk the power plants, which you will need 3 of the grade A military JS300s, which are a nice power plant to go with its really quick reboot time from distortion damage and its 875 health pool. Now, since this ship is heavily focused on powering up an EMP and the size 3 QED, which prevents ship from jumping away during an engagement, you will need to be sure to upgrade these before using those new weapon systems. The locations, price, and more info is shown now on the screen. Now, as an alternative, you could go with 3 of the quadricells, which are another grade A military power plant with slightly less health, but a decent set of power plants to go with if you want a little more distortion shutdown damage pool. Either way, I suggest upgrading to these, since the quantum entanglement tools on this ship will be drawing lots of power and might cause issues with the functionality of this ship. For the coolers, you can skip these for now until they're made useful with the component revamp, but if you find yourself overheating for any reason, your power plants are not helping, then you can pick up 2 of the glaciers with the location shown on the screen now, as 1 might be all that you need if you need any at all, but getting 2 should alleviate any issues if you were having any. Now, I'd hold off on these as most people do, but like I said, if you find your build causing you to overheat, then be my guest. Alright, now let's move on to the shields. The Antares gets a size 2, and the ones I normally go with in this range is the military grade FR76. This shield is superior to the others in this size against distortion damage, except for the Rampart, but the Rampart's health is half that of this shield, which to me puts it out of contention. Last but not least for the ship components is the Quantum Drive, and the size 1 I'm going with here is the Atlas. Now, if I'm being honest here, you could keep the EOS for a while and not be in a hurry to upgrade, simply because the jump from EOS to Atlas is not a vast improvement in terms of time of travel, as you can see here by my graphic. The Atlas gets better fuel mileage, better distortion damage, shutdown protection, and a larger overall health pool, so you will definitely want to upgrade to the Atlas at your convenience. Also, because I get this question a lot, when you're swapping out your engine, when you get back into your ship afterward, you might not be able to power it up. All you need to do is just turn the power off on your ship, usually with the U key, unless that changes or you've changed it, and power it back up again with the same key, and it should now work. Alright, now let's move on to the weapons, and I first wanted to say that I did not get a lot of footage just yet of this ship, particularly in combat, as like I stated earlier, I've been having issues with 318 just like you, but I still wanted to get this loadout in your hands, and I did manage to get in and use the ship and collect the footage in this video, minus any combat footage of course. Now with the ship, there are a couple of variations you can go with depending on your target. Now keep in mind that unlike the normal Scorpius, you only have the 4 hard points on the wings and not the co-pilot controlled turret, since this ship utilizes quantum interference weapons instead. Most folks, especially in the early to mid bounty tiers, will be flying 4 of the size 3 CF337 Panthers, and these laser repeaters are a good choice. You could alternatively go with 4 of the attrition 3 laser repeaters, as some prefer these with their slightly higher DPS sustain and full load damage output being almost 200 more DPS in 5.64 seconds. Just keep in mind that those are only available on Hurston to purchase, but I know many people who absolutely love them, including their cool sound effects. Now, if you get higher up in the bounty tiers and are feeling like the laser repeaters just aren't doing it for you, then try swapping those laser repeaters for laser cannons, and the ones I would go with are for the FL33s. The alpha damage really picks up with the laser cannon over the repeaters, although you will be firing at a slower rate, which is normal for the laser cannons. They can be found at the locations on the screen. Alright, now let's move on to the missiles. Now stock, you get 16 size 2 missiles, and since the missile racks are locked, you're not able to swap those for different sized options. My only recommendation here is that you swap out those infrared missiles for electromagnetic missiles, so picking up 4 of the Dominator 2s is what I recommend replacing those with. Electromags are hitting their targets more consistently for now, so they are the best option to go with. Now, as far as the quantum entanglement tools, you cannot swap those out, so you're stuck with what you get for now. And that's going to do it for this loadout of the all-new RSI Scorpius Antares. I hope you found the options I provided useful, and I really want to hear how you're liking this new ship and if you found it useful. I know many will be trying this thing out, and it could end up being a bounty hunter or PvP player's dream, or it might fall by the wayside and not be used unless it's made more functional. But like I said earlier, I will be testing it out, and remember to be kind to your fellow gamer. A ship that can't run might turn into one hell of a battle, and stay positive citizens.